Hey everybody, Who's Your Jedi here with another review for you. This time I'm talking episode 14 of season 5 of Arrow called The Sin Eater. And all in all, I thought this was an okay episode, but it's not one that I'm wild about. And honestly, just even the name kind of throws me off. The Sin Eater, I hear that, I think of like Spider-Man villain best known for killing Jean DeWolf. I remember my Marvel history correctly, but that's neither here nor there in this particular situation. So here they kind of explain what a sin eater is, and the idea of someone who takes other people's sins as their own. And they try and kind of, in a way, apply this to both Quentin and Oliver. I do think there's probably some truth to that, and I like what they really do with Quentin, particularly in this episode, in regards to the idea that him working for Damien Darhk kind of pushed Liza Warner to kind of backslide into being a bad guy. And that's basically the case that Liza makes to him. It's like, hey, you turned out to be working for Damien Darhk. Doesn't matter that he threatened to kill your daughter. If you aren't going to stick by your principles, why should I? And at first it does get to Quentin. By the end of it, he's turned it around. And, that's the right call. One of the most difficult things in life, I think, for anyone to accept is that you can't control what other people do. I mean, you can sometimes, maybe, or you can push them, you can maybe even manipulate them, but you can never 100% control what another person is going to do. And if you really stop and think about it, trying to get other people to do what we want, or being afraid that they won't do what we want, is one of the big, great stresses of most people's lives. When the truth is, we only really in control of our own actions and our own choices. And this is not an easy thing to accept, but it's the truth. And here Quentin kind of realizes, like, look, yeah, I made a very questionable choice, but I'm not responsible for how other people respond to that choice. Liza could have been just said to herself, you know what, I'm disappointed in Quentin, but I can still choose to continue on the path to being a better person. She chose not to. Like there in the bus when she, China White, and Cupid killed those guards. Everybody there is badass enough. They didn't have to kill those guards if they didn't want to, but they did. Same with all those various thugs that they killed over the course of the episode. They all could have enough skill that they probably could have disabled those guys. But again, they chose to kill those people. So yeah, Liza is responsible for her own path to darkness. So yeah, I do like that they basically really made that clear in Quentin's case. Oliver's the protagonist, so if he ever stops feeling guilty for stupid choices other people make, this show's going to lose a lot of its drive. So you can't have that. But I do like that people point it out to him. And speaking of questionable choices, this whole thing with Thea basically deep sixing Susan Williams' career with a phony plagiarism education. I guess it's a little bit unfortunate for Arrow that the term alternative facts has recently entered the lexicon because, Susan Williams could probably get away with peddling that as what she was doing in this day and age. But, yeah, Oliver does make a fair point that, yeah, her career in journalism is screwed. Again, this is TV reality, not regular reality where, plagiarism is something people can get away with. Let's just leave it at that, people. Let's just leave it at that. Boy, do I need a haircut bad. God almighty. Anyway, that, this is going to destroy her career. It's going to be hard for her to even find a decent job anywhere outside of that. And he's totally right. And yet Thea makes a point that, one, if she even went to Oliver with this before she did anything, they would end up having the exact same conversation. And it's also a little funky that Oliver has in the past done pretty extreme things to protect his secret, including killing people. I don't think for a minute that he would have killed Susan to protect his secret, assuming in fact that she was planning to expose him. But he would not have allowed himself to be exposed. He would have found some way to leverage Susan. Hopefully. The clock is ticking. And Susan is not completely innocent in all of this. I mean, there's been some very serious hints that there's more to her than meets the eye, if you're pardon an unintentional Transformers reference. So we definitely haven't seen the end of this. I definitely think there's more going on here than what we know at the moment. But Oliver does have legitimate reasons to be angry, and Thea does have legitimate reasons for what she's done. And this is a really nice example of the essence of good drama, is that both people here are making fair points. In fact, if I can kind of paraphrase J. Michael Straczynski, he basically said that really good drama isn't about a great good versus a great evil. The best drama really comes from a great good versus another great good. So here, both Oliver and Thea are good people who make good points about the things they've done, but also have some questionable aspects to their ideas. Let's see. Nothing really huge to say about Diana this episode. It was just sort of seeing her having a nice moment with Quentin, where she even kind of says, how did he put it? Basically, kind of like Laurel wouldn't have been that concerned about someone taking up her mantle so much as she would have wanted someone to continue on in her place. The name Black Canary being worn by another person would not have been terribly important to her. But somebody going out there and continuing to fight the good fight to protect the people of the city the way that Diana is looking to do, that's what Laurel would have really cared about. Quentin's totally right. Quentin is absolutely right. Now remember, when Laurel became the hero, she called herself the Black Canary. But it was Sarah who just went by the Canary. Laurel distinguished herself with her own name, obviously inspired by Sarah, but she was always her own person. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about in this episode? It's very interesting that they very expressly did not confirm that that guy's mistress was Prometheus' mother. And, of course, as soon as this happens, Oliver points out, Prometheus pushes back. And I like how he gets kind of called out. It's like, Oliver, you can't let Prometheus have what he wants. That's just not how we do things. And again, Oliver was totally right to be called out on that. The thing that gets me, though, is okay, Prometheus has apparently scrubbed himself from the internet. His mother won't even tell Oliver what her son's name is. Why don't you talk to someone who has known Prometheus' mother for a long time and say, hey, what's the name of her son? I mean, again, this is real-world logic versus TV rule of drama logic, but still, you're asking an awful lot. That there's not somebody who doesn't know the name of her son that they can get in contact with very easily. I'm not buying that. Nothing really particular to say about the Russia flashbacks. I do think that covers everything I had to say about this episode. So with that said, I do apologize that this is going up so late. It's been pretty nutso week this week for me. And unfortunately, the review schedule for this coming week is also going to be kind of crazy. I've got job training out of town 3 days this upcoming week. It's going to involve some commuting, and it basically is going to be pretty crazy couple of days. I'll try to keep the schedule as on track as I can, but yeah, the only time I really think I'm going to have to do reviews is after I get home from work, and usually that's getting towards 10 o'clock at night, so then anything that even remotely seems like work is not something I'm particularly interested in. Probably usually just want to read a book or play Fire Emblem Heroes on my phone. But we'll see how it all pans out. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. As always, please comment, rate, subscribe. You can, of course, join me on Twitter at HoosierJedi, and also join me on Tumblr at Jedi Reviewer. Until next time, take care and have a good one.